Today I want to show you the level assignment and progress bar features for APCM. APCM is a longitudinal value-based remote care service that's performed by a primary care physician or provider and is pretty easy to manage and run, especially when you have FairPath as a technology backbone and compliance infrastructure. Once you've gone through the process of consenting the patient, you're ready for your level assignment. That's the next step. Real quick, we're going to go through the process. So I'm going to go to patients here on the left side. I'm going to go to my test APCM patient here. Okay, so here we are in the test APCM patient profile. And down here, you can see that the demographics associated with this patient imported also the patient conditions associated with their clinical diagnoses. Those patient demographics typically come from an EMR or another electronic medical record system of some kind. But with those diagnosis codes already mapped inside of the patient's chart here, you can easily consent a patient for APCM and also assign the level. So again, I cover patient consent in a separate video. So I'm going to go through this very quickly. I'm going to start the APCM consent process here. I am Justin Brochetti. I am another medical professional. The consent date is today. And we're going to say that the last visit, this would normally come over in the patient demographics, but we're going to say it was February 20th of 2026, so of this year. And I'm going to save the consent. Now, as soon as I save this consent and I hit the Save Consent button, notice that successfully APCM consent has been saved. The very next thing that we need to do for APCM is assign a level. And this level assignment can be a bit overwhelming at first if you're just looking at the levels, trying to determine exactly which level the patient belongs on. But if you notice, it's all right here for you to automatically assign the correct level every time. Now, the patient conditions are already mapped here, so they're on display. If you notice, the eligibility for these patient conditions are off to the right on the right side here. So I'm going to select both of these, and you can manually add conditions if you haven't yet uploaded all of the patient's demographics. But if you notice, when I check these two boxes, it detects automatically two qualifying conditions. So it'll automatically put me at a level 2 or recommend a level 2, the G code associated with level 2 or more qualifying conditions. Now, if the patient is a qualified Medicare beneficiary or a QMB, then you can make sure to attain that from the provider, qualifying assignment from the provider, and confirm that they have QMB status and enrollment before selecting this. But if you confirm that, you can slide this slider to on, and it's going to automatically take you to a level 3. So in this case, I'm going to select level 3 because that's the blue outline that was suggested for me and recommended here. Notice you've got a recommended level. And once I've done that, I can hit Save APCM Level. Once the level has been saved, it opens up the 10 major APCM requirement section. Each one of these has a clickable dropdown that can be tracked independently of one another. Our system will help you save all relevant information from the patient's chart. It'll also help you with a care plan, designing a comprehensive care plan, which is also in a separate video. And from here, everything associated with APCM is now unlocked. Now, if you notice, it says patient-centered comprehensive care plan is pending. I know it's listed as number 5, but really that's the next step here. You want to make sure that you outline and curate a documented care plan that's approved by the primary care provider. And again, this is covered in another video. Once you've got a care plan in place, that is the third basic setup requirement to activate the CPT code achievement progress bar. Now, unlike other programs, APCM is not time-based. This is a billable code that will be kept track of through a percentage-based. Now, today is June 25th, so we're approximately 83% of the way through the month of June. So you'll see that our level 3 G code here has a progress bar that's 83% of the way. Once we reach the end of the month, this progress bar will be filled up and it will automatically be passed over to our financial area, the billing queue. Remember that everything can be done within the patient's chart here. So all APCM requirements can be managed safely and conveniently from one place in a very simple, straightforward way. So this has been an example run through of how APCM level assignment works and how the APCM progress bar is captured along the way. And notice here in the patient population tab, you see that for quick reference, the 83% of the G code is listed here as well. Again, thank you for your time. If you haven't seen the care plan video, I recommend getting your hands on that or watching that next. And we thank you for using FairPath.